Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is Angelic Ray coming to you at Angelic Soul 11, and I am going to be doing the collective reading for the full moon in Libra, April 7th, 2020. Although I'll be doing this for the full moon of April 7th, 2020, this is a timeless video, so that means whenever you click on this video is when the message may be for you. Okay, I like to say that maybe the whole story does not resonate with you, but there might be bits and pieces of advice or words or something that you need to hear that may resonate with your soul because you clicked on this video. Therefore, there is a message here for you because Spirit has a funny way of talking to everyone in the room. Even if in the moment it seems as if it may not resonate with you, that it is not for you. The whole message may not be for you, but if you step your ego to the side and allow your soul, your spirit to connect with you wholeheartedly, you can see what message is for you. Okay, I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there, as well as with it being timeless. That means that time is an illusion in this realm and dimension, and we're going to be talking a little bit about illusions and what I'm feeling for this moon here, okay? And so with that being said, it is a very real thing when you are organizing a schedule based on time frequency, based on morning, based on nights, based on certain numbers on a clock, right? And so that is important. But at the same time, energy is so infinite that I could be reading your past, your present, or your future. So you know where you stand energetically in this time frame, okay? And what message is for you in regards to something that may have been in the past that you may need to reevaluate now, or something that may be coming up for you to pay attention to. That being said, we always have free will to do what we will with our messages, right? You can be open to receive them, or you can just shut them out. You do what you will with it. That also means that you have the ability to change certain outcomes that may be coming your way, whether it's good or bad. That depends on your discernment and your decisions, okay, on your willpower, okay, whether you willingly choose to accept something or not. That determines the path you're going to go on. So as I am reading this for the collective, these are possibilities that are presented for the collective. And so I say that because some of you may not know. Sometimes you see things coming up from a reading and you're like, oh, well, that outcome, I didn't really like that outcome. But rather than making a decision to say, well, you know what, I didn't like that outcome, and this was the advice that was given, I can choose to accept that advice or not, or completely just think for myself, go inside myself, evaluate all other possibilities to how I can change this, then you can do that. Or you can just sit there and ride the wave completely as to how it unfolds, because it may be exactly what you wanted. Or you just might not really know exactly what to do, and so you decide not to do anything at all. But that is still a choice. We always choose how we're going to move one step forward at a time. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there as well. So I am going to start with a Lord Ganesha Oracle deck and then get into some tarot and then back into the Oracle with the angels. That's just how, as I was sitting in this space, really feeling the vibe, as much as I wanted to start with tarot, I just kept feeling compelled to start with the Ganesha Oracle deck. And so that is what I am going to do. Okay, I do want to say that one thing I kept getting so strongly, and I just want Spirit to use me, Spirit of the Most High, just like step my ego to the side, because I trust myself wholeheartedly in all realms and dimensions of my existence that I am divinely led and used as a divine messenger. I already did my prayers. I want this to be of the purest form delivered to you. So use me as a divine messenger, Spirit. I know you are so good for it. And I give thanks. I give thanks to myself for being open to receiving these messages. And I give thanks to the Spirit of the Most High for allowing this. Right? So I just felt compelled to say that right now. Although I did do my prayers. Maybe somebody needs to hear that. Maybe you've been tapping into something else. And that goes back into the message. Thank you. Like, get back into it. During this time, there's a lot of energy going around that's always been around, okay? It is not anything new. Energy is not anything new. However, because of the ascensions and the collective awakening that is happening here, a lot of people are becoming more and more sensitive and may not understand or understand what is really happening within themselves. And because of what is happening worldwide in this world, in this world, I gotta, I guess, speak in a way that is going to be very simple. I'm gonna try my best. I always do it anyway, but okay. Sorry. With everything that is going on in this world here, okay, there are many things that are being projected out to seem as if it is one thing that is happening, while there is simultaneously many things that are happening at once. And we even do that with our spirits. We are one soul and we are many spirits. Okay, we have the spirit of our emotions, the spirit of our hearts, the spirit of our minds, the spirit of our body, the spirit of our highest and greatest good. Okay, the spirit of our lower realms, many spirits, okay? And because of that, our thought forms, etc., right? We could appear as one being, but simultaneously be doing a lot of different things as we are healing ourselves with certain, white blood cells, and being a red blood cell, and being a certain tune and sound frequency of a certain organ to break certain things down, okay? That you don't really see that, but it is still happening, okay? And so there are many things that may be causing some anxiety, or certain people to think that they know exactly what is going on. And a magician doesn't show all their how they do their tricks. They're really great at illusions, okay? And because of that, it is the things that we don't always see with our two eyes, with our physical eyes, that are projected, okay, through the reflection of the light frequency of the light and the dark, okay, to create that form. It is not always what we physically see to be the truth of all that we know. It can be an aspect of the truth of the all that we know, but it may not be the complete whole picture. And so because of that, it's important sometimes to take a step back and look at the whole picture. And that may take some time. For some of us, it's easier than others. For some of us, even as we do that, we know that we still have to make decisions in one round, right? So we can see ourselves walking and have to make a decision. Am I going to go right? Am I going to go left? Am I going to keep straight? While still having to observe and reevaluate the whole picture. Okay? I don't want to lose anybody. That being said, many people may be fearing one thing or fearing another, or having even what is what's the word, like conspiracy theories, as they call them. Sometimes they call me a conspiracy theorist and all of this and all of that, you know, whatever your theories are and stuff. Even at one, it's to look at the whole picture, okay? Because there are many things happening at once. And Libra is very much about balancing the scales. It is also ruled by Venus, okay? And Venus loves to value things, right? And so in one realm, it can seem materialistic, but in another realm, it's a weighting, right? You got to weight it down. What is the value of something? It weights something. What is the weight? What is the density? What is the frequency of that, okay? Of that scale. Is it balanced? Is it tipped a certain way, right? And so there's a lot of things right now that is balancing the scales that may not even seem as it is being projected out, as the illusion may seem, because some magicians are super good at illusions. And so sometimes they may say, oh, I have something, to create an illusion or a distraction or both, to truly cover up what is behind that veil. And while many of us has stated that there is no veil, there is no veil, we have certain planets and certain placements in astrology that will tell you certain things, and then you have your personal spirit, your eyes, your discernment to see, well, do you see no veil in all realms, in all spaces? This is really to elevate you, but to also be mindful of what it is that you are accepting as real and true. Because it is only real and true to you if that is what you perceive as real and true. That is only an aspect of the whole picture. Okay? And so because of that, I do feel that there are going to be certain things that are going to be revealed that it's going to be like, hold on, let's take a step back and really see what is this about. Even such as like the quarantine thing, many people have spoken about, you know, thank you, that's a good one. Even like the traveling. Oh, I want to move out the USA. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm going to travel. And so now that we have this pandemic, right? And flight prices drop. All right. Are you gonna travel? Are you gonna be afraid to get stuck somewhere, stuck in another experience? Or are you free enough to be like, nah, I ain't getting stuck nowhere. I'm just moving on to another frequency, to another place, to another experience? Or are you gonna pause back and be like, nah, I'ma just chill right here until things clear up and I know what's going on? Are you making your decisions yourself? Or are you allowing one illusion, because there's many illusions, because there's many possibilities of what can happen. There's a possibility you can't get sick. There's a possibility you can't get sick. There's a possibility of a new experience in a new place with a different time. Or there's a possibility of you having a different experience at home versus having the same experience at home that you always had. There's so many possibilities. Therefore, there's so many different illusions. But it is the illusion in which you choose to accept that is the reality of your life. And when you take a deep breath into that, you put that into your prana, into your life source. Right? And that is your reality. And that is what you are valuing. And that is what you are putting on the scale. And that is the way that you are traveling and choosing. Okay? Another thing is, are you choosing to, the school thing, yeah. And then children, right? So a lot of people also, I want to homeschool, or I want to do this with my child. I want to teach them, but I don't have the time, and this and that. And all of a sudden now they have the time, they have the place. But then they still choose to be on Netflix, be on YouTube, be on Instagram, be on the phone with everybody else, and they're letting their child do the same exact thing rather than sitting with their child and homeschooling them or teaching them and learning the value of what it is that they have been asking for. Spirit is so real. I love you. There's many possibilities and opportunities that are super open right now. If you don't know something, there's so much information online that you can learn from so that you can teach if you didn't know better. If you wasn't good at math, there's a lot of math classes on YouTube or Udemy or Skillshare or many other platforms, okay? Or you can just practice to really go inside yourself if it's not about the practicality, because you have to be mindful, you have to be balanced with bringing heaven on earth as well, okay? Allowing this balance to happen, allowing this frequency to emerge with one another, to be centered in that being with spirit and practicality for mind, body, and soul. Okay? So while things may look one way, this may also be how you perceive death and how you perceive life. Energy and spirit is the truth, and it is infinite. How you perceive life and how you perceive death. That is the perception of which one you are valuing, or are you centered in that spirit is just infinite. Okay? And so this is really a time to challenge some of your views. Be open to the truth that sometimes we tell ourselves one story and things can definitely have multiple possibilities and other avenues in that story that we didn't really evaluate. All right. I really do feel that there are things in the collective that, when do you perceive that all of this is going to be over? Listen, we're coming into a new place at a new time, and some of us already been jumping on this timeline since last year, okay? because things happen in the spirit realm and the ethers first. Some of us been in this realm for thousands of eons and are just consciously choosing to, all right, boom, 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 now I'm playing certain role, now I'm in my role, now I'm in a certain body. And so certain things, they're able to like just see past that because they already seen it. They already been through it. And as we go through these realms and dimensions and use our discernment, some aspects of us, because we are all a reflection of each other, right? Some aspects of us need to catch up. So that's when you start feeling pieces of you like, oh, just getting shaken up. Oh, it's just shaking. Okay? And it's needing to ascend. And so you breathe and you let that breath just make love to you. You make love to your breath in a way that is so orgasmic. It is a different frequency in which love exists. That now as you are ascending that, those that's on that frequency in your world, in that timeline, they begin to shake up. And like, oh, now you see the spirit of conflict, right? Create an illusion between you and that energy that you are ascending inside of you, to bring conflict between you. And it's like, oh, are you gonna let me in? Are you gonna go back to this frequency? Are you gonna ascend up? Are you gonna bring it up? Are you gonna take me with you? Are you gonna come with me? Are you gonna come with me? Are we gonna end up removing the veil, removing the illusion, and have one breath? And get in that center and say, let's elevate together. Let's look at these solutions. Because clearly there's these problems here that we have. And if we keep focusing on these problems, we gonna stay in that vibration. But even in looking at the possibilities, you are slightly above that vibration. Even just a little bit. And you can breathe that. And be open to many possibilities. And then see between both those realms. The realms of possibilities and the realms of what is. Right? And use your discernment. Boom. And then make choices. And start to elevate and move. And so now that starts to break. Or you can stay in the spirit of conflict that creates that illusion, that frequency. And sometimes it may feel like a cramp in our toes. Or aching in our back. Or ringing in our ears. Or a headache. Or so much anxiety built up, it's hard to breathe. Just breathe. Learn to make love to your breath. Feel your breath inside of you. What does it feel like? What sound frequency does it make when it's touching you inside? Where is it moving to? Can you hear it? Can you taste your breath? Is it hot? Is it cold? Reevaluating everything to bring yourself to a center, to love yourself, to see the relationship you have with yourself. Not just in logic, but in experience. Be rebellious to what you have programmed yourself with. It is not just about the rebellion actions of that world outside of you. That is only one illusion, one angle of your perception. only one, while there are many. While there are many happening simultaneously. Do you feel that breath? Does it change you? Does it shift you? Does it make you moist? Does it make you wet? Does it make you dry? What does it do to you? What do you smell like inside? What do you smell like inside? Do you smell sweet? Or do you smell rotty? Or bitter? What do you smell like? What do you smell like externally? Connect with your breath and your senses together at once. Does it create a sensation that creates waves and currencies to ebb and flow all around your frequency, that you see the H and the 2 and the O? That you make sweet, tender love to your breath, to the masculine and feminine that you are? Do you make love to your breath? Can you connect with the spirit of air? Because the moon amplifies everything when it is full. And it knows how the currency of the waters flow. And you can take that and balance that water and that air. And you could either evaporate, steam, elevate, turn into a tsunami. You can feel your auric field turn into a tornado or a hurricane. The choice is up to you. So you want a reading? I'm going to give you a collective reading. Let's see what messages Spirit has to say. Because I'm like 27 minutes in and it's all good, right? Sometimes you just gotta submit and let Spirit teach you. Because sometimes we get in our own ways. I did pre-shuffle all these decks. Okay, what messages? Lord, get it shot. Do we have for the collective? I love that. What's coming out? Yep. Thank you. All right. We have wholeness was the first card that was coming out. Talking about balance and the Libra scales, right? Not only just about the breath, right? But bringing heaven on earth. The wholeness of your being at the center of your core. Your lower realms and your higher realms, and being centered in that being. And what does it mean? How can you expand and stretch that? How can you move with yourself in wholeness and truth and connecting with yourself? feeling the experience. While using your logics for your discernment and your choices. Really allowing love to be your teacher. Being detached from what you believe may be certain results coming in your life. But rather see it as a possibility of a result. And focusing on the possibility of the result in which it is that you want. From a true place of your soul and your heart. Connecting the spirit of your desire with the spirit of your discernment. And the spirit of your mind and your actions. With the spirit of your heart, and seeing it inside out, and allowing yourself to be open to receive that. Because sometimes we don't even know what it is that we're asking for, and we want to be open to certain things, and they may not look how we want them to look, but it does not mean that we aren't receiving it. Okay? And so because of that, sometimes great things take great sacrifice and great responsibilities. And it's about being strong in what it is that you want and are going after, and what is centered in your being, in your values and truth. How can you utilize the world within you and the world around you to be as a tool for you in this realm, in this body? How can you see the sacrifices that's happening around you as serving you for your highest and greatest good? How can you utilize these times? Again, this just goes back to how I was saying, like, feeling like certain things in quarantine, but not really allowing ourselves the sacrifice of not having to work so many hours to pay certain bills, to be at balance with what it is that we truly desire in our hearts and our soul and our spirit to come to fruition. But rather standing strong and trusting in our true selves to say, you know what, yeah. If we ain't got no toilet paper, I guess I'm going to take my ass a bath or a shower. And sacrifice a little bit more time to get clean. Or I may not be having the time to be working in a physical place right now. But I could sacrifice social media for just a moment to connect with my family that's still alive and breathing. Or some of us that are actually out there as nurses and doctors and police officers and firefighters and the first responders that are sacrificing their life right now. One aspect of their life, standing strong. Holding a certain position. And staying strong in that position. Sacrificing time to breathe correctly and be open. and being strong as you start stepping your ego to the side. Taking these breaths to fight against anxiety. And let me tell you, I know a lot about anxiety here, okay? I'm still learning about that. But the more I learn, I allow myself to be open to apply, to practice, and to move forward with great preservation, okay? With great strength, with courage, without giving up a fight. To keep working and keep pushing and keep practicing and keep opening your heart and keep being in your true center for a new beginning. For the new beginning, for the beginning that you've been asking. And this can be in everything, whether it's at work, whether it's with family, with love. Allowing yourself some time and your partner some time. Maybe sometimes some things take great sacrifice, and it needs you to be strong and look beyond the illusion that, you know what, someone may not be there right now. But they may not be ready for you right now. Or you may not be ready for them, but you feel, or you created an illusion within yourself due to certain programmings that are now getting broken down, and you getting uncomfortable. It feels like a tower experience and you don't know what to do because your whole world is shaking up. Just stay strong. Stay in your center. Stay in your breath. Get in your heart. Travel with that. Because that might bring your relationship to a new beginning. That might be the exact thing you need to elevate your roles of communication, your home life, your work life, your spiritual life, your emotional life, your mental life. Refreshing yourself. Yeah, like that anxiety, that anxiety causes your heart to get heavy. And when your heart is heavy, or eating certain foods, right? Sometimes you have to sacrifice eating certain foods to get a healthy heart, because that is what's pumping your blood. Let that blood pump and circulate. Right? Because when your blood is circulating, you're allowing the energy to ebb and flow and move with that breath. Oh, yes, that blood, right, just circulates. For some of y'all, it may be even as the man to just, or do it at your heartbeat. You might have to break some energy up in there. I know I'm about to burp, so give me a moment to let that shit out. Okay? Breathe. Listen to your heartbeat. Listen to your heartbeat with your breath. Dance with your heart. Dance with that beat. Okay? When your heart is weaker and your blood is not flowing properly, you allow discomforts and this ease in your body that creates certain resistance. But when you have that mind over matter and you say, you know what, I choose to consciously take this breath in good prana, in good lights, and good love, and in good chi, in connection with the spirit of the Most High that resides inside me. practicing breathing techniques for less anxiety. I don't know, I keep getting cholesterol here. So it might be having to sacrifice certain foods or butters or oils, eggs, okay? Or maybe eating less of it, or, you know, and then I'm getting like insulin, anxiety. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on for many different people, okay? You know who you are, you know where you are, and how your health is, okay? But really allowing you to open up your heart and connect. Allow yourself to be strong in what is shaking up your world, so that while you may be working in a hospital and having some fears, come back home and take some time for yourself to meditate, to clear yourself, to clear your mind, to clear your emotions, okay? Clear your body, so that when your cells are rejuvenating itself and your organs, you are bringing in good memories, DNA, reprogramming for a new beginning inside of you to make certain shifts. I'm going to pull some tarot now, some clarification. What additional messages? Yeah, you see somebody may also be dealing with a heartbreak here, okay? And a lot of it is that they are binded by certain thoughts and programmings here. And, you know, it's about being the magician inside of you, and really tapping into, like I said, how do you tap into the resources that are inside of you, the elements that are inside of you, and the elements and resources outside of you. Some of you may be panicking due to work situations and having panic attacks, anxiety attacks here, feeling extra heavy in your heart here, okay? And so your heart is not balanced with the feather in a sense, and it feels like you're in a state of darkness, but there's so much light around you. There's so much light around you just being poured in, okay? Because the spirit of truth here, the sword of truth, is around you. This person, I'm going to take these two cards. I really do feel like this is part of the message here. This is part of the message. These two are also, yep, wow, wow. And the Libra moon, I'm taking that, wow, with certain expectations. And I don't know if y'all saw that, but the tower wanted to go down. So I'm going to just leave it like that for right now. I'm taking those cards because that's what I really feel guided. That's what I was supposed to do. Man, listen, y'all, listen. Some of y'all just need to be open to listen. Not listen to respond and react. But to digest, to discern, and then move, then react. And I get it. I've been there. Trust, I've been there. The two cards, I'm going to stay with that, and then I'm going to go in. We have the sword of truth here. I want to say this is like the jaguar, the panther, right? Looking away. Or a leopard. A cat. The cat being. Okay, the cat. All right. Looking away right now. Your body is moving towards the spirit of truth with your heart centered, your heart and your throat know infinitely. But your crown is like, it has light and it's shining. but there may feel like an eclipse of some sort. And this could also be that certain energies, because this is timeless, certain things during the eclipse might arise and illuminate now, some reevaluation, okay? It could be during certain things during a retrograde here, okay? Or certain flashbacks, certain memories of the past that are coming in your face to bring you some illumination, some truth here. But you are so tied to certain fucking conditions. And excuse my lingo. All right, that's that throat chakra on fleek. You're so conditioned a certain way. But when the sword is pointing down, it's not pointing up. It's not pointing divine. It's spaced in a matter. And while it may hold some truth to it, because it's so binded and tied and restricted, the ebb and flow of the proper oxygen that can properly heal and illuminate is being restricted, resisted. And so you are being consumed by it. And rather than neutralizing it, allowing that dark space to neutralize it and free that so it is illuminated, utilizing, drinking some more water. The lessons you learned in the physical. The things that you have tangible. It could be going to therapy. I have nothing against therapists. It can be what is happening in the home. Feeling physically broken or hurt. But looking at the side and saying, wait a minute, that feeling though, that's part of my emotions. Based on the truth. And this is how you are reacting. And it hurts. But you have everything inside of you to heal that. It can be that you don't want to look into your heart space. You're ignoring what's in your emotions. You're ignoring what it is that you have been consuming inside of you for such a long time. That rather bring light to it, you keep allowing yourself a certain frequency to be clouded. It could be a transitioning of a loved one, certain death, having a certain illusion of death. Rather than opening your heart to the Most High and knowing that when the body leaves, the soul is alive, whether it's in heaven with God, whatever you believe in, or it's flowing in another realm or dimension in the universe. You can look at that. You can look at it. You don't have to ignore it. Just to be paying attention to some other illusions there. Look at the illusion. Look at your past, your present, and your future, whatever. And how can you be centered in the truth of infinite abundance, healing, love? Because like I said, this is after, okay. Yeah, no, these two and then that, okay. Because there are certain things that want to come in and you have some expectations, but you gotta fucking cut the fucking parasitic thoughts. Get over the spirit of conflict. What are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? Why are you fighting for it? How are you fighting for it? And is it a clean, clear war? Or are you giving up? Because things may not always come to you, as stated, things may not always come to you as you have expected them to come to you. And you may have had certain expectations, but look inside the possibilities of that expectations. You could be fighting against yourself because you had that spirit of expectation and conflict with what is truly inside your world. What it is from the ethers that you have brought down from spirit, your most high, into your physical realm. To bring in what truly matters to you so that you can be open to receive that and live that. Feel it. Because a downward triangle is what is in the matter here. But if you see how the galaxy is just so one and the same with what matters, heaven on earth, cutting through the fucking parasitic consciousness, behaviors, energies, so that you can receive the proper resources so your ships can sail in. For some of you, this is definitely certain mental things as well. For some of you, it's emotions. For some of you, I do feel like this is with work. Oh, when am I expected to go back to work? When is all of this going to be over? That's what I feel. And then we have the moon in Libra with the Two of Swords here. And again, it looks like that eclipse. Okay. I'm seeing that as an eclipse here, because even with this is the sun, but it has the moon, the duality here. But you see how that sun is just pouring out, right? And that light around the moon, and still that light. For some of you here, you may still be feeling blindfolded. You may still be feeling confused and not knowing how to make a decision to create a new world for yourself. A true reality. To allow yourself, do I accept this new position? Can I flip a quarter to $1? Can I flip $1 to $1,000 to $1 million? Can I flip that from dollars to another currency? Can I turn lead into gold? Can I practice my rights of authority and speaking for my greatest good into my reality, into my new world? Can I offer myself a new beginning, a new opportunity? Can I utilize the iron that's in my blood to connect with my breath in my lungs and really cut through some bullshit so that I could really see clearly, think clearly, so that I could make a decision, so that when I feel like I'm in the center of a crossroads, I'm truly at the center of my new world, of my reality, of the choices that I have, the freedom in that. Sorry, my phone is going to die, so I am going to start wrapping this up. Okay. taking the blindfolds off and making a decision, because I truly do feel like this is really gonna be something really good for some of y'all. This is about finances here, right? This is about finances and expectations and feeling conflicted about it, about how you're gonna move, what decisions you're gonna make in regards to work. And a lot of y'all is like, what in that decision, when you think about work right now, what it is that you want to do with your life right now, that first thought of what it is that you want to do, how can you make that happen? How can you invest in that? How can you move according to that reality to make it yours? How can you make that tangible? How can you taste it? How can you feel it? How can you apply effort into that? How can you organize a timeline that's going to fit that, to make it absolutely tangible for you so that you live in that? And sometimes you may need a pause to look at the whole picture of how you really want that, what resources you have available to you to make that magic happen, so that the ships can come in and you can draw it down from the ethers into your matter. For a lot of you, this moon in Libra is going to be when y'all decide to start making these decisions. For a lot of y'all, it's going to be when the awakening is going to start shaking you up, to start realizing what are you going to start doing with your life. Okay? For some of y'all, it's going to be receiving the result, your ships coming in. Your ships coming in, the payment of all the debts that have been due to you. All right, what final advice to close this out? That flew out from the angels. Champion. I love that. I'm going to put that right there. Definitely champion. You're a champion. Victorious. Knowing how to maneuver in your new world. Haniel. Yeah, Archangel Haniel. For some of you, you might want to draw that sigil. Okay. All that red, it just reminds me of blood cells. I'm bringing it up with like the breath and the currency and the fire inside of you. What additional messages? Thank you. For a lot of y'all, Archangel Shamiel, I love it. For a lot, orientation. This is about your awakening here. For a lot of y'all, y'all are going to start connecting with your soul tribe family and what that really means to you in your inner world and external world. Orientation, I'm also getting like this is like an initiation. Look at that. Like from as above, so below. Like you're going to be fine and safe in your physical world because it was divinely orchestrated and written in the stars with the Most High, the Most Divine. That you are going to see the star being that you are, your inner world, your inner galaxy, your inner universe. The multiverse, different galaxies being open to communicate with that inside yourselves. One more final card, please. One more. Thank you. And luxury. I love that. Do you see the colors? And then we have boldness with Archangel Michael. Boldness. And that waterfall. The cleansiness with the clear skies. And do you see that key? That key of life? That key of life in a certain matrix, right? But it's extended out. It's not limited to. It's extended out. It is not limited to the two triangles and luxury. Like I said, that Venus energy, right? Bringing some real things that matter into your world. That blue, look at that. Zadko. I also got a lot of Venus energy with it, with the luxury. How some of us create an illusion, a reality that seems of poverty, but really we are so abundant and living luxurious, ghetto fabulous, if you will. If earth is a ghetto in heaven, then we are living ghetto fabulous, baby. And while one illusion may tell it like it's a hard knot life, because it feels like that, there's so much here for us to experience as well. And so you can make your life luxurious. That's why you can't go to the nail salon, paint your nails yourself. If you got nail polish. If not, just learn how to just clean your nails. Wash your hands. So that it at least looks somewhat presentable. If it looks cheesy because you're always biting your nails, then sacrifice the habits of always biting your nails and figure out what those nerves are really nervous about and what it is that you're thinking about and wanting to do, and just center so that you are manicured, so that you have a pedicure in your feet and are walking in a foundation in which looks divinely luxurious. What foods are you eating? Oh, because we know Venus loves to indulge in some yum food. And sometimes that's about fasting as well, as what I'm getting with the purification for sacrificing and being strong about it. Okay, so that your body can break down what is already inside. Okay, so that it can grow the new cells to be in more divine center and order here. For proper communication and luxurious, because health is wealth, right? Health is wealth. Oh, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling it. I love y'all. Ooh, right? And being strong in that. Or just eating better, or listen to your body. Listen to your body. To the fire and the water in you, the air and the earth. All around, what are you? Who are you? With or without the labels. With or without the labels. You know, sometimes somebody might be like, oh, well, who are you? Who do you think you are? And you can be like, I'm such and such name, and da-da-da-da. And you put yourself to be in that body, and that's your choice. That is your choice. And so now that is your identity, and you can live luxurious in that identity, whether it be good or bad, because you chose that experience. You chose that experience. Whether you choose a good experience or a bad experience, the results of that experience you mapped out for yourself. You have aligned for yourself, for your world to integrate and intertwine with that experience. And so you flow in that experience. And you get to identify with that experience. And so if you put yourself in a poverty mindset, of a sacrificial mindset all the time, then guess what? You're going to live luxurious in that frequency. It is going to be so abundant and prosperous in that frequency for you, because that is your choice. And the illusion in which you are choosing And so all the technology and the antennas and your frequency getting on your damn nerves, because that's the reality that you chose. That is your collective full moon in Libra reading. I thank you all. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, leave some comments down below if it resonates with you. If not, you do what you will. Lovers are gonna love, haters gonna hate. I don't care. It is all one and the same. I love you either way. I hope I'm mad. Peace, y'all.